Good morning, everybody. This is Apba Brian and Apba Baseball Classics, back with another tabletop simulation baseball game. We are doing a King of the Hill tournament. We're in game number 118. Started way back with the 02 Pirates, and we've moved our way through baseball history. The current Kings of the Hill are the 2015 Kansas City Royals. Today they host the 2016 Chicago Cubs. This is Apba Baseball Classics, where yesterday's stars performed through cards and dice, classic games on our tabletops. Here are your starting lineups for today's game. In Zobrist, we rolled the dice to see which team would get Zobrist. He's on both the Royals and the Cubs. Chicago won that, so he's going to play second base for Chicago, and he will not be eligible for the Royals. Almora, Bryant, Rizzo, Baez, Fowler, La Stella, Haywood, and Ross. And John Lackey's on the mound. He's a grade B ex-pitcher for the Royals. Escobar, Kane, Hosmer, Morales, Moustakas, and Gordon. Perez, Orlando, and Infante. Giordano, Ace Ventura on the mound for Kansas City, grade C pitcher with an X modifier and a big arm that can frequently reach 100 miles per hour. Ben Zobrist steps into the box. We're ready to begin. Game number 118, King of the Hill Tournament. I like to roll 6 dice at a time, and I read them in order. Red, white, and blue, then the purple, yellow, and green die. Here's the pitch from Ventura to Ben Zobrist. 1-6 is a ground ball to second base, picked up by Infante, who's in the lineup for the first time in the tournament. The throw to first. Zobrist is retired. Do not have the master symbols on the Royals team, so we're using Basic Apba book. This is a smaller one from 2012. It's actually my favorite boards for this game. Alberto Almora steps in the box for Chicago. Almora rolls one to Escobar at shortstop. Quick throw to first, 2 outs. And Chris Bryant, 292 with 39 homers in 2016. Chris Bryant rolls a 1-2, and that's a swing and a miss. Strike 3 punched out by Ventura. 3 up and 3 down for the Cubs. Bottom of the first, 0-0. John Lackey is pitching for Chicago. Only saw him pitch in person one time. That was in New York. He was in a game while with the Angels, and it was a 2-1 game where he outpitched Roger Clemens for New York. Here's a pitch to City Escobar. 5-4 roll is a fly ball to right field. Dexter Fowler with the grab. 1 gone for the Royals. Here's Lorenzo Kane batting second today as opposed to third. 4-1 roll is a ground ball to the shortstop. Javi Baez throws the first. 2 outs. Cubs have 2 good defensive shortstops on their roster. Baez is an Apba rated 9. And Addison Russell also an Apba rated 9. Eric Hosmer steps into the box, and he rolls a 5-3 roll. Ground ball to Chris Bryant at third to throw across the diamond. 3rd out. Rows go down in order 1, 2, 3. Both teams are easily fielding column 1. 44 is the total for Chicago, 41 for Kansas City. And if that was a fielding column 2, that would have been an error. But it's fielding column 1, so it takes us to the top of the second, no score. Anthony Rizzo leads off for the Cubbies. He rolls a 3-5 roll. 37 is strike 1. W if Ventura has a W rating. He doesn't. Next pitch is a 6-5 popped up to the catcher Salvador Perez. Here's Javi Baez. Swings with everything he's got, and he rolls a 6-2 roll. That is a ground ball hit to second base. Infante throws out Baez. 2 gone. Dexter Fowler rolls a 3-6, and that's a 33. Ventura, it's got a Y strikeout letter, but Ventura's is an X, so it's a pop-up on the infield to second base, taken by Omar Infante. 3 up and 3 down for the Cubs in the second. 0-0. DH Kid Morales leads off for the Royals. 22 homers and a 290 hitter in 2015. 1-5 is a fly ball to center field. Albert Almora measures it and picks it out of the sky for the first out. Here's the Moose, Mike Moustakas. 3-5 rolls, a 42, and that's going to be a hit by pitch ball. Moustakas becomes the game's first base runner, brings up Alex Gordon. Gordon rolls a 6-4, and that's a swing and a miss, strike 3. He had trouble making contact yesterday, striking out 3 times. Salvi Perez rolls a 6-3, and he lifts a fly ball to center field. Almora is under it, and the Royals are gone in the second inning. Top of the third, no score. Rodano Ventura was known around the league as a bit of a hothead. He'd throw at batters. He'd also fight. But in his personal life, I think he was pretty soft-spoken, and we have friends who were college. My wife has friends who were college students at Park College in those days. I think Giordano's rookie year, they were playing softball on a diamond at Park College, and lo and behold, in a white T-shirt and blue jeans, Giordano Ventura walked up to them and asked if he could play. And I think the reason was he was working on his English. He from the Dominican Republic, didn't yet speak English, and he was trying to learn English. So he spent the day with them. I think it was an off day, playing softball with just college students that are trying to learn English at Park College. Here's Tommy LaStella leading off the third inning for Chicago. They're looking for their first base runner. LaStella rolls a 51, and that's a 9 against a steep pitcher at pop-up over third base. Mike Moustakas flips down the glasses and makes the catch. Here's the J-Hay kid, Jason Hayward. He rolls a 1-3. Grounder to Hosmer at first, who flips to Giordano Ventura covering. 2 outs. And now the catcher, David Ross. Kind of hard to believe he's in his 4th year now, currently managing the Chicago Cubs. I think doing a very good job over there. He rolls a 6-3 roll, and that's a swing and a miss, strike 3 for Ventura's second strikeout. Giordano Ventura has retired all 9 Cubs he's faced. We go to the bottom of the third with no score. Speaking of hotheads, John Lanke was known to have a temper, and I think not in a good way either, because he would get on his own teammates if things didn't go well behind him. He was apt to get on them as well as against the opponents. Paulo Orlando steps into the box for the Royals. 5-4 rolls, fly ball lifted to right field. Dexter Fowler's under it and makes the catch. 1 gone for the Royals. Omar Infante, short, quick swing. He rolls a 5-3, which is an 18, fielding column 1. Ball is muffed by the shortstop, Javi Baez. E6. Infante, average speed at first. Top of the order, and Alcides Escobar. Escobar rolls a 1-5. That's a single over the head of third baseman Chris Bryant. Infante will go to third. Escobar holds at first, but steals on the third batter to the next hitter, Lorenzo Cain. 2 balls and a strike on the batter, but Escobar is at second with a stolen base. So the Royals have second and third with 1 down. And one of their best hitters up. Will Cain's a 307 hitters. He's got 2 balls and 1 strike. Cain rolls a 3-5. Cubs infield's playing back to hopefully prevent a big inning. 3-5's a 9. Single over shortstop. Scoring Infante No, so wait a minute. I'm on the wrong page here. Second and third. That's going to be a fly out to right field, but it's going to be a sac fly. Sorry for the mistake there. Infante scores. RBI fly out by Kane, and Escobar also tags and goes to third. 1-0 Royals in the bottom of the third inning. Here's Eric Hosmer. There's 2 downs, so the infield's playing back. Hosmer rolls a 6-4. Snap throw to third, picks off Escobar at third. I wonder if he had ideas of trying to steal home. That's the third out. 1 run on a hit. Nobody left. Top of the fourth, Royals 1 and the Cubs nothing. Ben Zobrist did a bat first for the Cubs. He played a year or 2 with the Royals and did very well. He was, I think, a native of, he was born in Eureka, Illinois, but I think he lived in Peoria, Illinois. And kind of wanted to play close to home, so he signed the agency with the Cubs in 2016. Here's the pitch to Ben Zobrist. 2-3 is a ground ball to first base, fielded by Hosmer. He'll go to the bag unassisted. 1 gone in the fourth. Here's Albert Almora. He swings and fouls it off. Strike 1. Next pitch is a 2-3. That's a ground ball to third. Moustakas makes the long throw. 2 outs. 2 ground outs. Here's Chris Bryant. Chris Bryant rolls a 1-6, and that's a bouncer to shortstop. Escobar fields it and throws out Chris Bryant. Yordano Ventura has retired all 12 Cubs. We go to the bottom of the fourth. 1-0 Kansas City. Eric Hosmer leads off the last of the fourth for Kansas City. He swings bat from the left side. 5-3 rolls a 19. Ground ball to third base and fumbled by the third baseman Chris Bryant. E5, that's the second Chicago error. Hosmer's at first, average speed. Running. Here it's Kendrys Morales. Morales rolls a 6-4, which is a 37. And Lecky picks off Hosmer. 5-3. John Lecky has been death to base runners. 1 out. Morales gets a 2-2 roll. That's a hit column roll. 31 is going to be a drive to the left center field alley up to the wall. Morales will slide in the second with a double. So picking off base runners has really saved Lecky's bacon for now. Here's Mike Moustakas. Moustakas rolls a 1-5. Ground ball back to the pitcher Lecky. Throws to first as Morales goes to third. 2 outs. Royals have a runner 90 feet away. And Alex Gordon is a hitter. He rolls a 6-5, which is a foul out to the third baseman. Royals are done in the fourth. No runs on a hit. Top of the fifth inning, Kansas City 1 and Chicago nothing. All right, Anthony Rizzo leads off for the Cubs. I consider him a team leader type on this edition of the Cubs. 292 with 32 homers, 109 RBIs. Yordano Ventura with the line and the pitch. 6-3 is a fly ball hit to center field. Locane running hard to his left, chases it down and makes the catch. Here's Javi Baez. Like to make up for that error. It's a 2-6 roll and it's a swing and a miss. Strike 3. Ventura's third strikeout. Dexter Fowler rolls a 5-5 roll. 9 against a C-grade pitcher. That's a pop out to Mike Moustakas at third base. We go to the bottom of the fifth. So far, it's a perfect game for Yordano Ventura. 1-0 Royals. All right, Salvi Perez. I think the season that he had a couple of years ago when he had 48 homers. That might have been the most home runs ever hit by a catcher. Here's a pitch in a single season. Here's a pitch to Salvi Perez. Let's get the Royals disc out there. 1-1 roll for Perez. That's a 5. And that's a line drive over the head of Chris Bryant. It rolls down into the corner in right field. Salvi chugging for second, slide in the second. He is safe with a leadoff double. He gets up with a big smile on his face. Here's Paulo Orlando. Orlando rolls a 3-1 roll. Line drive over Zobrist's head at second base. Salvi will stop at third. He's a slow runner. I'm playing it safe with slow runners, unless I say otherwise. But the first two Royals are on in the bottom of the fifth inning. Here's Omar Infante. Infante gets a 6-6 roll. The dice are really falling for the Royals here in the bottom of the fifth inning. The next roll is 4-2. That's going to be a double for Omar Infante, and that will score Perez. He's only 90 feet away. Orlando, let's see, rounds the bases, and Paulo Orlando will score on the double by Omar Infante. And that prompts the Cubs to go to the bullpen. That'll do it for John Lackey. He goes 4 innings, gives up at least 3 runs. He's responsible for the runner at second. New Chicago pitcher is going to be Trevor Cahill. Grade A pitcher. He'll use his relief rating, X and W modifiers. Alcides Escobar steps in the box. They're both right-handed, but he doesn't get the bump up because he is already an A pitcher. Pitch to Escobar is a swing and a miss. Strike 3. Cahill strikes out Alcides Escobar. Here's Low Kane. Kane rolls a 3-5. Ground ball deep in the hole of the shortstop. Baez makes the long throw across. Nice play by Javi Baez. But meanwhile, Infante goes to third. 2 outs. Here's Eric Hosmer, and I'm out of dice rolls. 5-2 roll is a ground ball to Bryant at third, and the third out. 2 runs on 3 hits. We go to the top of the 6th inning. Kansas City 3 and the Cubs 0. There have not been a lot of great offensive dice rolls so far in this game, but what has come has all been to the Royals. Cubs aren't getting anything. Tommy La Stella leads off for Chicago. Rodano Ventura delivers. 5-3 roll to La Stella is a 21. Hard ground ball down the first base line. Hosmer dives for it, but it goes off his glove and rolls a little further down the line, and that's a first base hit for the Chicago Cubs. Comes in the 6th inning. La Stella's the runner at first. Here's Jason Hayward. Hayward rolls a 6-2. Routine roller to second baseman, not hit very hard. Infante goes to Escobar short to throw to first, not in time. La Stella's out 6-4, and now Jason Hayward is the base runner at first with a fielder's choice. 1 on, 1 out. Here's the catcher, David Ross. David Ross swings and misses for strike 3. 100-mile-an-hour fastball, 2 outs. Top of the order to Ben Zobrist. Zobrist rolls a 6-6 roll, and there's a drive by Zobrist. It could be. It is out of here, a 2-run home run for Ben Zobrist. Pulls the Cubs to within 1. Kansas City 3, Chicago 2. Jason Hayward scores, and Ben Zobrist touches them all. Here is Alberto Almora. Almora pops it up on the infield. Alcides Escobar is under it and makes the catch. But the Cubs get 2 on their first 2 hits of the game. Bottom of the 6th inning. Kansas City 3 and Chicago 2. Trevor Cahill returns the pitch to the bottom of the 6th inning for Chicago. This is his fatigue inning, the 2nd inning of a rated reliever. He'll be facing Kendry Morales, Mike Moustakas, and Alex Gordon. Kind of a new ball game here. Royals up just by 1 run. 64 is a 37 for strike 1, or a W. It's got a W modifier, and Cahill is a W modifier, so ball 4. Morales takes first. Play it safe with him on the base pass. That brings up Mike Moustakas. Moustakas rolls a ground ball to second base, a throw to second to retire Morales. No throw to first, fielder's choice. So now Moustakis is the runner at first, and Alex Gordon. Gordon rolls a 3-2, and that's also a fielder's choice. Roll out to second base, rinse and repeat. Moustakis is out 6-4. Now Gordon's the base runner. Brings up Salvi Perez. Perez swings and misses. Strike 3. That's the end of the Royals' 6th. Top of the 7th inning, 3-2 Kansas City. Ventura has not pitched to a lot of batters. He's only allowed 3 base runners. He's going to pitch the 7th inning, but it's going to be a tall order. Chris Bryant, Anthony Rizzo, and Javi Baez due up for the Cubs in the 7th inning. Here's a pitch to Chris Bryant out of Las Vegas, Nevada. Bryant draws ball 4. Base on balls, free pass. He is fast at first base. That brings up Anthony Rizzo. High bouncer the other way to third base. Moustakis grabs it, throws to first. Rizzo's retired while Chris Bryant goes to second, scoring position for Javi Baez. That's it for Yordano Ventura. He will give way to the man who was actually the Royals closer, Greg Holland. Holland was he had 32 saves, but I would have made Wade Davis my closer because you got Herrera, Hoshaver, Morales, lots of good relievers. But Davis was way better than Holland, so Holland would have been more of a setup man for me. He's coming in. This is my game. I'm going to manage it as I see fit. He's a grade B pitcher with XW modifiers. He's going to be grade A for one batter only. Pitching to Javi Baez due to same-sidedness, runner in scoring position with 1 down. 5-6 rolls, a swing and a miss by Baez. He strikes out for the 2nd time in the game. 2 outs. Here's Dexter Fowler. Dexter Fowler gets a 3-3 roll. That's a hit column roll, and the next roll is a 3-4. And that's a drive to left center field between Kane and Gordon. It rolls to the wall. It's going to drive in a run, and Dexter Fowler settles in at second base with an RBI double. We got a new ball game, 3-3. Here's Tommy La Stella, and he lifts a fly ball to right field, caught by Paulo Orlando for the 3rd out. But Chicago, on a walk and a double, they tie the score. It's 3-3, bottom of the 7th. 7th inning stretch time. After the last of the 7th inning, Chicago will go to the bullpen and bring in Pedro Strop, very talented reliever. He's a B pitcher. Strikeout rating of K. He'll be facing 8, 9, and number 1 in the Royals order. Paulo Orlando stands in. He is 1 for 2. Doubled and reached by an error. All right, 3-6 roll is a 33. Popped up on the infield. Shortstop Javi Baez measures it and makes the catch. Here's Omar Infante. Infante had a 2-run RBI double in the 5th inning. He pops it up. Rinse and repeat. Baez on the catch. Top of the order to Alcides Escobar. Escobar rolls a 21, and that's hit on the ground to second base. Benzobris throws to first. Royals go very quietly in the 7th. 3-3 tie in the 8th. Ryan Mad Dog Maxson, grade A pitcher. Maxson has the X strikeout modifier and the Z modifier. He comes to pitch the 8th inning for Kansas City. And he'll be facing 8, 9, and 1 for the Cubs. Haywood Ross and then Ben Zobrist. 6-3 roll to the J. Hay kid. That's a fly ball to center field. Locaine chasing it down and gets there for the out. There's David Ross. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Ross has struck out all 3 times today. top of the order, and Ben Zobrist. 3-4 as they fly out to Locane and center. Easy inning for Ryan Madsen. Bottom of the 8th, 3-3 tie. Chicago likes to stay with stroke for the 8th inning. Lorenzo Cain steps into the right side batter's box. There's a pitch from Pedro Soto. 4-3 is a ground ball back to the pitcher, fields it, and throws over to Anthony Rizzo at first for the first out. Here's Eric Hosmer. Hosmer rolls a 1-5. Line drive to center field base hit. For Eric Hosmer. Here's Kendrys Morales. Morales' roll is a 6-6 roll, and there's a drive. It might be. It could be. It is out of here. A 2-run home run by Kendrys Morales gives the Royals the lead 5-3 late. Hosmer scores, and congratulations for Kendrys Morales, who does not jump up and jump on home plate. He's learned his lesson. Mike Moustakas comes to bat. Moustakas rolls a 3-1 roll. That's a base hit for Moose. All right, Travis Wood is going to be brought in to relief for the Chicago Cubs. He's a grade B pitcher with no modifiers. He'll be grade A, pitching to Gordon, who swings the bat from the left side for one batter only. Meanwhile, the Royals have Wade Davis loosening up in the bullpen. He'll pitch the 9th. Wood's offering to Gordon is a swing and a miss, strike 3. There's 2 outs. Here's Salvi Perez. Perez rolls a 32, and that's a ground ball to second base, corralled by Zobrist. Throws out Salvi Perez by 15 feet. 2 runs on 3 hits. The big blow, the 2-run home run by Kendrys Morales. We go to the 9th inning, Royals 5 and the Cubs 3. All right, Kansas City brings in Wade Davis to try to close out this game. He is a grade A-B pitcher. There are not very many grade A-B pitchers in Apba. Okay, strikeout modifier. If this was a Masters set, he'd probably also have the letters that limit the home runs. Albert Almora will lead off for Chicago. We're at 2, 3, and 4 in their batting rotation for the 9th inning. Cubs down by 2. It's going to be a tall order. Here's the pitch to Albert Almora. 3-6 roll is a swing and a miss, strike 3. 1 gone. Chris Bryant steps into the box. He rolls a 4-1, and that's a swing and a miss, strike 3. Wade Davis comes in, strikes out the first 2. Now he's looking at the Cubs' last opportunity. That's Anthony Rizzo. Rizzo rolls a 2-2 roll, and that's going to be a 6, which is a double both in the column A pitcher column and column B pitcher column. A 2-base hit, a rare extra base hit by Anthony Rizzo off of Wade Davis. Not rare for Rizzo, but rare to Davis to give up one of those. Here's Javi Baez, 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. Davis goes into his stretch. Here's the pitch to Baez. High fly ball lifted to left field. Under it is Alex Gordon. He catches it, and final score, Kansas City 5 and Chicago 3. We'll be back with the line score. All right, the Royals beat the Chicago Cubs here in game number 118 of the King of the Hill tournament. Chicago had 3 runs on 3 hits, 2 errors. Kansas City 5 runs on 8 hits and no errors. The loss goes to Pedro Strop, 1 1/3 innings pitched, 2 earned runs given up, and the win goes to, didn't mark it yet, but Ryan Madsen, who was pitching in the 8th inning when the Royals took the lead. Wade Davis gets the save. Home runs in the game by Ben Zobrist, former Royal, playing for the Cubs now. 2-run home run in the 6th, and a 2-run home run by Kendrys Morales. That's the game-winning home run. And Kendrys Morales is your MVP with going 2 for 3 with a homer double and 2 RBIs. Once again, the final score, 5-3 Kansas City. And their next game will be against the 2017 Houston Astros. Yeah, that team. Bring your trash cans. Have a good day, and may God bless.